Okay, I'm back. I ran out of space on my memory card. So anyway, what we were doing when we were so rudely interrupted was patting the shadow in here. I have a little too much on there. Patting the shadow in here in a form of a triangle. Have it wider at the bottom, getting thinner up at the top. And then I also patted in another one on this side before I realized that the memory card was full. So that's already on there. And really, I just did it the same way. I just kind of laid in a little bit of paint and pity-patted it in there. So you just get the suggestion of a shadow. What I did next was I took some white, because I'm on a white background. Depending on what color your tablecloth is, you would, for your highlight, which is what we're about to do, you would want to use a color that was either the same or almost the same as the tablecloth color, just a little bit lighter than. So you could take the color that you're using for the tablecloth and put a little white with it, and then you'd have lighter for a highlight color. So then I'm just going to lay in that white right in there, just a little bit. I'm going to pat it in. I'm going to pick up my mop brush again, and I'm going to use it to pat that in there. And what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish here, is to kind of erase the line where the two colors meet. They have to meet, and you see it, but you don't want to have a harsh line there, so you just kind of pat and pat until that line just gets real blurred. And you do the same thing on this side of it. Okay, and that creates your shadow. Now, what you can also do is, at this point, you can dry it if you're using acrylics. I'm using Genesis, so I'm not going to dry it yet, although I could. Then I'm going to come back with some more white, and I'm just going to just tap it in there and leave it without blending it, because that creates the highest highlight. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gray, again on its brush. I've got, as you see, two brushes going here so that I don't have to stop and clean. And then at the very edge of the fold, where the white part is, where the highlight part is, I'm just going to barely paint in a little arc there on the edge of the tablecloth, so that it looks like it's lifting and that there's a shadow under there. And once again, I will take the mop and soften it. Just blend it. Take away all the sharp edges. Mops are wonderful things. And that's how you make them. It's really it's really a pretty easy technique, and I know you can do it. All you need to do is practice.